What time?
Here's what the mainstream missed in 1975. While everyone was listening to Born to Run and Physical Graffiti, these rock albums were creating history in the shadows. Bands that imploded after one masterpiece, albums pressed in quantities of 500, and recordings that influenced the next decade while selling nothing. These are 15 forgotten rock albums from 1975 that only true experts know, and the bonus, a band whose only album is now worth more than a car. Rock was exploding in 1975, but these explosions happened underground. Number 1. Granicus. Granicus. Cleveland's answer to Led Zeppelin pressed only 1,000 copies of this heavy rock monster in 1975. Today, original pressings fetch over $800. The band's crushing riffs and mystical lyrics predicted the entire doom metal movement, yet they dissolved before anyone noticed. How does an album this heavy just disappear? Number 2. Wally. Wally. This British prog masterpiece had everything. Roy Webber's production, Pete Cosker's guitar wizardry, and songs that rival Yes. Only 750 copies were pressed before their label collapsed. Members went on to join the Kinks and Foreigner, but their album remains a 300-pound ghost. The tragedy? They were weeks away from a major label deal. Number 3. Armageddon. Armageddon. Keith Relf's final album before his tragic death contains some of the heaviest rock of 1975. Despite having the Yardbirds' lead singer and Renaissance's drummer, it sold fewer than 2,000 copies. Original pressings now command $600. The album's prophecy, heavy metal's future, recorded by rock's past. Every riff was 10 years ahead. Number 4. Hackensack. Up the Hard Way. Named after a New Jersey town but hailing from Britain, this band created pub rock perfection that nobody heard. Their 1975 album influenced countless NWOBHM bands who never knew the source. Original UK pressings are 400-pound unicorns. The cruel joke? They were Polydor's priority act until Slade needed promotion money. Number 5. Tucky Buzzard. Buzzard. These British hard rockers had everything. Bill Wyman producing, Rolling Stones management, killer songs. Yet Buzzard flew under everyone's radar in 1975. Original pressings barely surface, commanding $500 when they do. The band's heaviness predated NWOBHM by 5 years. Sometimes having everything isn't enough. Number 6. Badger. White Lady. Yes keyboardist Tony Kaye's new band released this funk rock fusion masterpiece to complete silence. Only 1,000 copies of White Lady exist from its 1975 run. Today's value, $700 if you can find one. The album's sin? Being too sophisticated for rock fans, too rock for jazz fans. Perfection without an audience. Number 7. Druid. Fluid Druid. British prog rock that sounds like Pink Floyd's aggressive cousin, pressed in quantities of 800. Their 1975 debut now costs more than their entire recording budget did. Original UK pressings hit $900. 3 members became session legends, but Druid remains unknown. The ultimate what-if of British prog. Number 8. Baby Grand. Baby Grand. This American supergroup featured members from Ace and the Rascals, yet their self-titled 1975 album vanished instantly. Original pressings are $600 mysteries when found. The band toured with the Bee Gees and Peter Frampton but couldn't buy attention. Sometimes timing really is everything in rock. Number 9. Patto. Roll 'em, smoke 'em, put another line out. Mike Patto's final album before joining Spooky Tooth showcased progressive jazz rock that critics loved and nobody bought. Maybe 500 copies exist of the original Vertigo pressing. Current value, £800 sterling. The album title became ironic. They rolled their last joint as a band that year. Number 10. Gravy Train, Ballad of a Peaceful Man. This British prog band's 4th album in 1975 should have been huge. Instead, it became their swan song, with original Dawn Records pressings now fetching $700. Norman Barrett's guitar work influenced the entire NWOBHM movement. The Peaceful Man's ballad became rock's forgotten anthem. Why do the best bands always break up at their peak? Hey, pretty wild so far, right? If you're enjoying this deep dive into 1975's hidden rock treasures, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. Because in a minute we hit Atomic Rooster's weird experiment, Stray's prophetic album, and yesterday and today's pre-fame recording. Trust me, it only gets more mysterious from here. Number 11. Atomic Rooster. Nice and greasy. Vincent Crane's 1975 resurrection of Atomic Rooster produced this funk rock oddity that confused everyone. Original UK pressings rarely surface, commanding £500 when they do. The album predicted disco rock fusion years early. Critics hated it then, collectors worship it now. Time vindicates the brave. Number 12. Stray. Stand Up and Be Counted. This British hard rock band's 1975 album featured a teenage Ritchie Blackmore sound-alike who vanished after recording. Original transatlantic pressings are 600-pound phantoms. The album's title became sadly prophetic. They stood up, nobody counted them. Del Bromum's guitar work deserved stadiums, got forgotten instead. Number 13. Nektar. Recycled. These British expats in Germany released this concept album to thunderous silence in 1975. Original German brain pressings now cost €800. The irony? The album about recycling became the most discarded gem of prog rock. Their light show was revolutionary. Their album sales weren't. Number 14. Yesterday and Today. Yesterday and Today. Before becoming Y&T, this Oakland band pressed 500 copies of their debut in 1975. Those originals now sell for $1,200. Dave Meniketti was 18 years old, already shredding like a veteran. The album that launched 1,000 garage bands that nobody remembers launching. Number 15. Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth. This British rock band's third album featured Jenny Han's powerful vocals over heavy prog arrangements. Only 600 UK Harvest pressings exist from 1975. Current collector value, £900. They covered Frank Zappa, influenced Kate Bush, and disappeared completely. The first female-fronted heavy prog album nobody talks about. But wait, before we hit the bonus album that literally bankrupted its label, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. We drop new music mysteries every week, and you won't want to miss what we're uncovering next. Bonus album, Ethos. Ethos. This Fort Wayne, Indiana progressive rock masterpiece had everything. Yes, quality compositions, ELP-level keyboards, and Genesis-style concepts. Their self-titled 1975 album on Capitol Records sold exactly 412 copies before Capitol dropped them. Those 412 originals? Try finding one for less than $2,000 today. The band mortgaged their homes to finish recording, convinced they were creating America's progressive rock statement. They were right, but nobody listened. Will Sharp's keyboard work rivals Wakeman. Brad Stephenson's bass matches Squire, but geography killed them. Prog rock from Fort Wayne, Indiana? The coasts laughed. Europe ignored them. The album's final track, Marathon, runs 14 minutes and 32 seconds of pure progressive perfection that maybe 200 people heard in 1975. Today, Ethos originals are the holy grail of American prog collecting. The label lost $50,000, the band lost their homes, and rock lost a masterpiece. If you consider yourself a true rock expert or vinyl collector, drop a like and subscribe for more hidden treasures from music history. Tell us in the comments which forgotten album you've actually heard of, or better yet, which one you own. Thanks for watching, and remember, rock's greatest treasures aren't always its biggest sellers.